2024 Andorran Immigration Policy. Hi, my friends, it's me, Bald Eagle flying high. My issues are mainly about immigration policies, just like why and how to immigrate. Where should you migrate to? And I also share some beautiful scenery and great creations abroad. Those who are interested in the developed world outside and looking for immigration methods sincerely, please search and follow me, so that you can find useful immigration information about dozens of countries on my channel, and you'll continuously update the latest and useful immigration information timely. Your messages, forwarding, and following will be my greatest motivation to continue creating. Thank you all. Today's topic is the immigration policies and methods of Andorra. Full name, the Principality of Andorra. As of February 2024, the total population is more than 85,000, with a per capita GDP of over $44,000, and Catalan is generally the official language, and Spanish and French are also the common languages, up to now. Within the total 198 countries excluding regions, on Earth, the Andorran passport ranks 15th in the world, in terms of visa-free quantity in 158 countries, including 97 visa-free countries, 52 landing visas, and 9 electronic travel documents. Andorra is a member of the United Nations, a Schengen visa country, and a Eurozone member. My personal main impression of Andorra is a tiny country that lies in the Pyrenees, between France and Spain. Peaceful and harmonious, a true skiing destination, tax haven. Have you ever been to Andorra? What is your impression of Andorra? Can you share it with everyone in the comments section? Thank you for your kindness. 1. The main methods of Andorran immigration. General section, residence without gainful activity. Under the decree approving the regulation of immigration permits of residence without gainful activity of 2012, a foreign national who makes an economic contribution to the country or provides international professional services from Andorra may become, together with his or her family, an Andorran resident. The initial authorization of residence is awarded for a period of 2 years. The first renewal is granted for a period of 2 years, the second renewal for a period of 3 years subsequent to a period of 10 years, except nationals of Portugal, Spain and France, and countries that have signed and ratified an agreement with the Principality of Andorra. 1. Residence without employment. D. 1.1. You must invest a permanent and effective amount of at least 400,000 in one of the following ways. A. Real estate located in the Principality of Andorra. B. Holding share capital or equity in Andorran resident companies. C. Debt instruments issued by Andorran resident entities, or D. Debt instruments issued by any public administration of the Principality of Andorra. E. Unnumbered securities with the Andorra National Finance Institute Andorra de Finances, INAF. If you have not made one of the above investments prior to the residency application submission, you must make an undertaking to make such investment within 6 months. After that, you must provide documents proving it, otherwise your residence permit will be cancelled. Together with the investment, the applicant must make a 50,000 non-yield deposit in the INAF. For each dependent, an additional deposit of 10,000 is required. The deposit can be deducted from the qualifying investment amount mentioned above, and is refundable when giving up the residence permit. To renew the residence permit, you must keep the investment, and you must physically reside in Andorra for a period of 90 days per calendar year, without exercising any labor or professional activity within the territory. If you have lived in Andorra permanently for at least 20 years, or you have been a permanent resident for 10 years, and have completed compulsory education within the country, you can obtain citizenship by naturalization. Requirements. A. Commitment to make the investment within 6 months. After this period, you have to provide documents proving such investment. B. Proof of income, usually a tax return and corresponding bank statements, which must state that your annual income is higher than 300% of the annual minimum wage legislation, adding 100% for each dependent. C. Proof of a clean criminal record, with a certificate from the country of origin, country of nationality, and country of residence. D. Rent or acquire a residential property in Andorra, or proof that you have initiated procedures to acquire one, which must be concluded within 1 year from the date of application submission. E. Undertaking establish actual residence in Andorra for a minimum of 90 days per calendar year. Documents required. A. Original and photocopy of passport. B. Original police clearance certificate. C. Affidavit regarding criminal records. D. 1 passport size photo. E. Proof of ownership or rental housing. F. Original or certified copy of marriage certificate, if applicable. G. Commitment to establish actual residence in Andorra for a minimum of 90 days per calendar year. H. Evidence of health insurance. I. Medical certificate. J. Proof of income. K. Original or certified copy of birth certificate, if applicable. L. Bank statement. M. Original bank reference letter not older than 6 months. 2. Professional with international client base. D. 1.2. Under this scheme, a foreign national may obtain a residence permit establishing a business in Andorra and providing international professional services if A. The BUSINESS's operational base is located in the Principality of Andorra, with a maximum of 1 employee, and B. You can demonstrate international dealings and business. C. At least 85% of the services provided are in any country other than Andorra. In addition, applicants must make a 50,000 non-yield deposit in the INAF for each dependent. An additional deposit of 10,000 is required. The deposit is refundable when giving up the residence permit. To renew the residence permit, you must continue to strictly fulfill the above requirements, and you must physically reside in Andorra for a period of 90 days per calendar year. If you have lived in Andorra permanently for at least 20 years, or you have been a permanent resident for 10 years, and have completed compulsory education within the country, you can obtain citizenship by naturalization. Requirements. A. Proof of the economic viability of the professional activity, and show that it will generate sufficient financial resources to reside in Andorra. B. Copy of any document proving the business financial situation, such as previous year's income and expenses, if you have already conducted professional activity in another country, or C. Business plan that projects economic results derived from the activity during the first 3 years, and contains an explanatory report on the prospects of the business, together with all supporting documents that prove the assumptions and data used to develop the business plan. D. Proof of income, usually a tax return and corresponding bank statements, which must state that your annual income is higher than 300% of the annual minimum wage legislation, adding 100% for each dependent. E. CV, detailing academic and professional experience. F. Copy of any document certifying the education level. G. Proof of a clean criminal record, with a certificate from the country of origin, country of nationality, and country of residence. H. Rent or acquire a residential property in Andorra, or proof that you have initiated procedures to acquire one, which must be concluded within 1 year from the date of application submission. I. Commitment to establish actual residence in Andorra for a minimum of 90 days per calendar year. Documents required. A. Original and photocopy of passport. B. Original police clearance certificate. C. Affidavit regarding criminal records. D. 1 passport size photo. E. Proof of ownership or rental housing. F. Original or certified copy of marriage certificate, if applicable. G. Evidence of health insurance. H. Medical certificate. I. Proof of income. J. Original or certified copy of birth certificate, if applicable. K. Business plan. L. Undertaking to purchase property. M. Curriculum vitae. N. Original bank reference letter not older than 6 months. O. Bank statement. P. Professional and academic certificates, if applicable. To applicants' nationality requirements. 1. Restricted nationalities. No nationality is officially restricted. 2. Dual citizenship. Dual citizenship is not recognized in Andorra. To become a citizen of Andorra, you must renounce your previous nationality. 3. Taxes for reference only. Becoming an Andorran resident does not automatically make you a taxable resident. To be a tax resident, you must spend more than 183 days per year within the country, or have your center of vital economic interests in Andorra. Taxed residents are subject to personal income tax on their worldwide profits. Non-residents are taxed on their income derived from Andorra. The standard personal income tax rate is 10%, annual income up to 24,000 is tax exempt, and income between 24,000 and 40,000 is taxed at a 5% rate. Dividends received from resident entities are exempt from taxation, whereas those received from non-resident companies are taxable. Interest on bank savings is subject to the standard income tax rate, but an exemption for the first 3,000 may apply. Capital gains are considered ordinary income, and therefore subject to personal income tax. Capital gains from the transfer of immovable property are taxed separately at a progressive rate that ranges from 0% to 15%. Depending on the length of time that the property has been held, properties held for more than 12 years may be exempted from taxation. Capital gains derived from qualifying participation, whether from Andorran or foreign companies, are usually exempt from taxation. There are no controlled foreign companies (CFC) regulations in Andorra. This means that profits retained in non-resident companies by a resident natural or legal person are not subject to taxation. There is a property tax at an average of 100 per property yearly. Transfer of immovable properties between individuals is subject to a transfer tax between 1.5% and 2.5% of the purchase price. The standard VAT the rate is 4.5%, though certain goods and services are taxed at reduced rates of 2.5%, 1% and 0%. Financial and banking services are subject to a 9.5% tax rate. There are no net worth and inheritance taxes in Andorra. Regarding corporate taxation, resident companies are subject to a 10% tax on their worldwide profits. However, companies mostly engaging in international business involving intangible assets, international trading and financial management, and investment activities may request an 80% tax-based reduction. Dividends and capital gains derived from qualified shareholders may be tax-exempt, provided that the exclusive purpose of the company is managing interests in non-resident entities. Capital gains derived from immovable assets are subject to rates between 0% and 15%. Dividends and interest paid to non-residents are exempt from withholding tax, whereas royalties are taxed at a 5% rate. Professional fees paid abroad are taxed at 10%. Finally, there is no best immigration program, only the most suitable immigration program. There are also some other contents and projects that cannot be elaborated on here, due to review policies, word count, and time constraints. Interested friends can contact me to obtain them. Thank you all for watching the video.